From our perspective, what the real key is something we call energy intelligence. And so what that is it's understanding what brings you to life, or what brings you energy and joy, and what sucks the life out of you, and what drains your energy and prevents your joy. And so this is from in our work, this has been a much more practical and realistic pathway than, there's certainly plenty of people who talk about passion and following your passion and all of that. It's a little nebulous and gooey for us though. If you learn to understand what energizes you, it's much more visceral. You can feel it. Most of us have been trained to ignore that feeling, especially at work, right? Work is about powering through and getting the job done. And so a big part of this is understanding, like kind of reawakening to our somatic nature and understanding that our bodies are really good energy detectors. If we pay attention, we can tell when we feel energized or when we don't. It's just that most of us choose to ignore it, or have learned to ignore it over time. And so I would say, start there, really start to pay attention to what brings you energy and what doesn't. You can get really specific and granular about this in your work because it might not be the meeting, right? It's probably something in the meeting that's actually draining your energy. Right? So get really specific, or it might be something, it might not be, something that it might not be the brainstorming. It might actually be the strategy inside the brainstorming that you really like. So get as specific as you possibly can, because then what you can do is you can create a roadmap for yourself, right? And you deliberately put more energizing things in your pathway, and you try to remove the things that drain you from your pathway. And of course, being a business owner is a great way to do this, right? Because you have a lot of autonomy and you can hire people to do things that don't energize you. So that's a strong case, I think, for going down this path. In any job, I would like to tell you, you've got more autonomy than you think you do. You've got more authority to tweak things, to change the how of your work than you might think. So almost everyone can do this more than they realize.